trail here has cleared many minds of evil men.
Hey guys, Trail Chasers here. I've only had my Suntour suspension for about a week now, but I just wanted to do a quick little video on it. And first and foremost, yes, the Kona is getting a Suntour Rux up front. That's in the plans right now, and I am looking to order one as we speak, which is pretty cool. I would be really excited to have one of those on the front of my Brona operator. Anyways, back to talking about what I have currently. I have a Do-Air Lockout in Rebound and a Durolux R2C2 fork. I'm not going to focus in too much on the Do-Air rear shock. I think it's kind of a self-explanatory shock. To be honest, it doesn't offer stellar performance, but it's up there with Fox's Float and RockShox's Monarch so far. I found myself enjoying it. It does feel like a debonair Monarch, which is nice. That's what I wanted. And it was an inexpensive shock, and it's done just fine so far. So my main thing that I'm going to be watching for now is just the durability on it. I've got it set up how I like. It's running good. So we'll see how long it lasts. That's the main thing that I want to make sure is that these things last. So anyways, most of this video is going to be dedicated to the Durolux R2C2. I'm sure that's what most of you guys are interested in when you clicked on this video, so that's what I want to spend the bulk of the time on. Anyways, let's get into it. So the Durolux R2C2 is a 27.5 180 travel tapered 15mm bolt through fork is what I have. I've really enjoyed it so far. I found it to be extremely tunable from the high and low speed rebound and the high and low speed compression. Now, the big old blue high-speed compression lever looks like a lockout. It's actually not. There's just 5 levels of high-speed compression adjustment. Even at 5, it's still very plush and supple. And I've only really noticed a difference under really high shaft speeds. That's when you kind of notice the difference in compression or from landing jumps. Now, the rebound. I still haven't exactly figured out how the high-speed rebound works, so I've just kind of set that in the middle ground right now, and I'll tinker with that later. My low speed, I've got it dialed in how I like. Same with the low-speed compression and the high-speed compression. For the most part, I just set my sag at 20%. I put in as many tokens as I needed to keep it from bottoming out too frequently, which was actually 1.5 for me, so I sawed a token in half, believe it or not, and added it to it. I don't know if that voids my warranty. Please don't void my warranty, Suntour.
Yep.
Please. Anyways, that was just what I did to get a little bit more ramp up out of it, because with 1, I found I was bottoming just a little bit too easy, and with 2, I couldn't really get it to bottom, so it wasn't really necessary to have that much travel on it.
Yeah.
I've pretty much just left the low speed compression open. I find support in the corners is just fine. If I'm really pushing the bike, I'll add a few clicks of low speed compression to help keep it a little bit more up in the stroke without wallowing, but so far I haven't really had any issues with wallowing. I've used the quick service ports on the back once so far to just shoot in some oil into the lowers and to depressurize it, and that was really seamless and really nice. I absolutely love that system. It's great. The bolt-on fender has been really nice. It looks very clean. There's no weird little zip ties hanging about. And it's nice that it's very easy to remove with the 4 bolts. My only issue is if I lose the bolts, where do I get some more? I'm not saying I lost some bolts, but I may have lost a bolt. So if you guys could tell me where to find one, that'd be kind of nice. But, you know, that's cool. I actually, however, had some spare ones. I used to do a lot of RC car stuff, and it uses the same bolts as a lot of my RC cars did, surprisingly. So I was able to find a bolt that fit and was pretty much the same exact measurements. Anyways, the next thing I want to bring up is their Q-Lock 2 system. It was a bit fiddly at first when I started to learn it, but I've got it down now, and I've got to say it's actually really slick. Just being able to push down that little button, twist it to the right, and then pull the thing out without having to thread anything or make sure that you haven't threaded it too far. Yeah. It's really nice. I just push it through, pop it open, and close it, and we're good to go. I don't have to worry about, did I tighten it too much? And it works just as well as any other bolt through so far for me, so in my books, that's a win. I dropped the lowers, and I actually opened it up and looked at the cartridge just to see what it was like. I'm happy to say it's very serviceable at home for guys like me. There's a little quick service port where you can actually just shoot oil through it until you get good oil coming out. just to make sure that you know it's bled correctly and you've got the right oil in there. So that's super nifty and super neat. I haven't ran into any seal or bushing wear yet, which is good. I wouldn't expect to at only a week. I've heard good things so far about the durability. I haven't heard of any issues. We'll see if that holds up as true for me as well. No creaking in the crown steerer that I can support, or that I can speak to yet. I haven't had any creaks, which is amazing because my RockShox Lyric was creaking a lot and it was annoying. Now, one of the last things I kind of want to touch on is just the overall fork performance and the weight. I think this fork is a really good value, considering it comes in with an MSRP of around, I think, 400 less. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 400 less than a Fox 36. I think it is a stellar value. I think they feel pretty much exactly the same, and if you blindfolded me and put me on the same, well, actually don't blindfold me when I'm biking, just kind of like block them off so I can't see the forks, I guess. I couldn't tell the difference between a 36 or my Durolux. I've ridden my friend's Diamondback Mission Pro, which has a Fox 36 factory R2C2 on it, and to be honest, after tuning his and tuning mine to be pretty much the same, I can't really tell a difference. They both feel really similar. The only difference I could really make out was there's a little bit of extra front end weight, about half a pound. It's not really noticeable at all, but if you are watching the weight on your bike builds, it's definitely something to take into account. Me personally, I'll take the extra half a pound for some extra beefiness in the chassis, and it saves me 400 bucks. Now the other thing I want to touch on, this is pretty much one of the burliest forks that you can get as a single crown. The only other fork that I can think that comes close to this is the Fox 36, but not the regular 36. It's the e-bike chassis 36. So that's a beefed up 36, and it weighs pretty much the same as the Durolux. So I haven't had any flex. I'm a big guy. I'm 220 pounds. I haven't noticed any flex at 180 travel on the 27.5 fork with 36 millimeter stanchions. The thing tracks. You point it where you want to go, and it goes. There's no stiction. It's very supple. The amount of adjustments caters for all sorts of weights, which is awesome, especially for big dudes like me. It allowed me to really get the fork tuned comfortably for me. Anyways, that's just kind of my initial opinions on this guy's stuff. If you guys want a discount on this, you can go to the website envelo.cc and use the code TRAILCHASERS to receive 25% off at checkout. They have any forks ranging from the Epixon, which is their lightweight XC fork, to the Ion, which is their budget trail fork, the Oron, which is their regular trail fork, which is actually a stellar fork. My friend's got one on his trail bike, and it is amazing. I really like it. It's lightweight. It's more in line with a Fox 34, so if you guys are looking for something a little bit less beefy than the Durolux, that's a great option for you. They are also offering the Durolux, and you can get 25% off that, and the Suntour Rux, which, as I said, will be going on my downhill bike. So hopefully I'll have some videos on the Rux later for you guys, but for now it's just the Durolux and do air rear shock. Anyways, this has been Trail Chasers. If you guys could please like and subscribe, it gives me motivation to make more videos for you guys that take the time to watch my videos. Anyways, I'll catch you guys out on the trails. This has been Trail Chasers. Bye-bye.
On what?